My name is Grace Ennis, and my project was to create a music magazine. The genre of music that I'm focusing on is contemporary R&B. Um, the research work I had to do was to decide what was best to include in my magazine. The first thing I did was website design. Um, that was quite easy in comparison to the other tasks that I had to do. It was just designing my website and deciding where things should go and like what's aesthetically pleasing. And it was like my first experimentation with color schemes and what goes with what. The next thing I did after that was textual analysis of magazines that related to my genre of R&B. I did two front covers, two content pages, and I did two front covers and two double page spreads. I had to talk about denotation, connotation, mise en scène, so what was actually going on the cover of the magazine, and how they use props, costumes, gestures, etc. to portray their own image and to relate it to the genre. Also, for the double page spreads, I had to talk about similar things, but also how the writing was placed around the image and what kind of effect that has on the size of the image, where the image is on the double page spread. That was easier than textual analysis, and it took less time as well. The thing I had to do after that was audience profiling, which was where I created an ideal male and female reader for my magazine. My male was roughly the same age as me, so about 19, 18, and the female the same. So it's preferably younger readers that I wanted to be viewing my magazine and purchasing it. They were both students and either had part-time jobs or something else that they were doing part-time, like modelling or acting or whatever they preferred to be doing. And at some point, one of them had an interest in a music career. So for the boy, he used to go to the studio a lot, and the girl liked singing. The last thing I did after that was audience research, which was where I then took my ideal readers and asked them questions to get feedback on what exactly I should put on my magazine to make it appropriate for the people that I want to be reading it. I had 13 questions in total, all about either the contents, the DPS, or the cover, like the colour scheme, where should I put the images, what should I call it, how much should it be, etc. And that was easy to do the questionnaire, but it was harder to get responses because you had to wait for people to respond to your questionnaire and actually get them to fill it out. It was easier because I used social media to do it, so obviously there's a lot of people on social media. I got 30 responses in total, which I then had to summarize at the end the overall feedback of what to include in my magazine, and also put the questionnaire and my responses onto my website, which was quite a long process, but it made it clearer exactly what I was going to include in my magazine. And my summary included the name of my magazine, the price, the colour scheme, whether I should change the colour scheme on the contents page, which the audience wanted me to do. Also, my DPS was chosen to be an interview instead of an article and have only one main image. And that was the last task that I had to do for my research. So overall, I think it was quite a successful part of my coursework.